Hi everyone, Sean here again. Welcome back to our Getting Started series. In this lesson, we're going to explore how to build a basic layout using containers, rows, and columns. Once you master these building blocks, you'll have full control over how your content is organized and displayed. Let's start with a quick analogy to understand how these elements work together. Containers are like the drawer in a filing cabinet. They hold whatever content you want, images, text, videos. But without some structure, the content could get a little messy. That's where rows and columns come in. Rows are like the rails inside the drawer. They allow us to line content using Flexbox controls. With rows, you can adjust both the horizontal and vertical alignment to get everything in just the right place. Columns are like the folders hanging on those rails. They divide the space inside a row, letting you organize content further. Columns also offer alignment controls to manage the placement of elements inside of them. You can nest these structures as deeply as you need, as long as you follow this one set of rules. Rows can only be added to containers, and columns can only be added to rows. Let's add a container to our page and throw in some basic content, an image, a heading, and a paragraph. Now we have a container. Just click this black icon here. We got a heading. We'll add some paragraph text. And just a fun little tip, anytime I want to move back to a parent block, I can just click this icon here. That automatically selects the wrapping block. And I'm also going to add an image block. And I'm going to choose an image. So now we have some basic content blocks inside of our container. But what if we want more control over this layout, like placing the image on the left and the text on the right? That's where rows and columns come in. So let's add a row inside of our container by selecting the container and clicking on this option here. So now we've added a row block. Now we need to add a couple of column blocks if we want our content to live side by side. So clicking once again on this add block, I will throw in a column. Now if I want them to be side by side, they have to use up half the space. You can see the column widths are set to 12 by default, which means full width. This is all based off of a 12 column grid. It's fairly standard in the web industry. So I'm going to move this to 6. Now I have two ways to add another column. I can go back to the row and add a column, which comes in at 12 columns, and now I have to make it 6 again. And you can see that automatically moves here. The other option, which is arguably faster, is to duplicate the column I just adjusted, because duplicating this block also duplicates any settings I added. I can duplicate here under options, and you can see I now have another 6 column block. Now let's move the blocks we added earlier into these columns to give our layout more structure. I can do this easily by clicking and dragging them into the individual blocks. So I want the image block to be on the left, so I will add it in this first column. You can see by moving the block inside, it jogs in, and now I know I'm added inside. And you can see this collapse and expand icon is now active. Similarly, I can move 2 blocks at one time by clicking on one block, holding the Shift key, and selecting the other block. I can now move 2 blocks into this column block. Now our content is split. The image is on the left and the text on the right. Already things are looking much more organized. Let's explore how row-specific alignments can fine-tune our layout. So, for example, by default, everything is aligned at the top, or start. By selecting the row block and looking at our flex controls, you can see these drop downs. If I want these items to align vertically so that this text is centered vertically on this image block, I need to choose Flex Align Center. When the alignment of a row is set to row, which it is by default, Flex Align controls the vertical alignment and Flex Justify controls the horizontal alignment. I can also choose to set this up as a column. So now these 2 blocks, as you can see, are set in a column. Now, if I want the image to fill up this content space inside the column, I can engage with its sizing controls. In this case, I can ensure that it is 100% wide, and I can leave the height to auto. Row also has some other interesting abilities, like a setting called space between. So for example, if I would like this column to be 4 wide, but I want both these blocks to sit at opposite ends of the row, I can choose space between. This has a lot of really creative applications to different layouts. Now, columns have their own Flexbox controls. You'll find that under Layout and Display, and I can choose Flex. This immediately defaults to row, in which case I can choose column. Now, if I wanted to add a block level item, like a button, that does not have its own alignment controls, you can see this is automatically forced full width by the outlines. I'll just choose a pink button. Now, if I wanted these items to be centered, I can choose Align Center. These Flexbox-based alignment options give us a lot of control over the placement of our content, whether it's in individual columns or columns within rows. The different ways that you can use these layout controls in tandem is endless. And that's it. You've now learned how to build a basic layout using containers, rows, and columns. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us through our website or book a demo. See you in the next video.